Hello everyone. I'm so excited. So I was so inspired this past Saturday. I know so many of you have watched the royal wedding, and if you didn't, I'm sure you've seen pictures, and I was just so excited and just so inspired by the majority of great reaction I heard from people regarding her regarding Meghan's very natural wedding day look. Obviously there's royal rules that mandate, that she can't, have something like a bold lip and that it can't be over the top, but she just really embraced it and it was just absolutely gorgeous. And for me, I really loved how she embraced her freckles, which I know in the past she has spoken on being really upset and disappointed when she's had photo shoots and they have photoshopped and covered out her freckles. That's a part of her that she really embraces, and so it was really nice to see that. I thought it was just great, just overall a beautiful day. So I'm going to do some makeup, kind of channeling her wedding day look, kind of do my own little spin on it, and show you what unique products you could use to get a look just like Meghan's beautiful, glowy, gorgeous, simple look. So what I'm going to do is, of course, start with primer. And if you don't know, so just a little dab. If you don't know, this month I have an amazing deal on my foundation bundle. It's a foundation bundle that is 100% customizable. You get to pick what kind of foundation you want. You get to pick what kind of product you want to prep your face with, and you get to pick what kind of product you would like to finish your face with. So you get 3 products that are going to help you create a flawless face. So that's my bundle. So I'm going to be using my flawless face bundle today, using primer, liquid foundation, and then setting powder. Alright, so I don't know if I even brought over here what I wanted to bring over here. Oh, yeah. Alright, so ideally you want to let that primer sit for about 5 minutes, but we don't have much time for that, so I'm going to go ahead and start shaking up my liquid foundation. And we're going to get started with that. And I'm going to use my powder concealer brush to apply it. If you've watched me before, then you know that's how I roll. So we're going to do a very light layer of this. This is about a medium coverage, but you can control how heavy or how light it is. So we're going to do a very light, and we're going to kind of let my freckles show through, okay? So just to kind of even out the tone a little bit, because you can see there's areas that are kind of lighter and darker, all that kind of stuff. So we just want to kind of even it out a little bit, but we still want to have a nice luminous glow to our face, all right? So primer, shaking that up really well. We're only going to use maximum 4 drops on my face. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to pick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand here, and I'm going to use that to just go in to areas that I need to add some coverage. Now, if you really want to have a nice, glowy, luminous coverage, the great thing about this foundation is you could mix in other products. Sometimes I mix in concealer when I need a really heavy coverage on my face. But you could also mix in a moisturizer with this. Our BB Flawless is my favorite one, and so that is a tinted moisturizer. You could mix that in, and what that would do is that would give you a little bit of a glowy finish, okay? Because this goes on liquid, dries to a powder. by adding in the BB, you would get a little bit of a luminous coverage. Okay, so we're still letting these freckles kind of shine through here. Let me look and see if there's anywhere I want to add extra coverage. And we could just come in and kind of spot treat where there's any blemishes showing through. I'm not even pressing this, I'm just rubbing the side of it on here. Oh, that's not a pimple, that's a freckle. So right now with the face bundle I have, you could choose liquid foundation or you could choose a powder. We have a loose powder and we also have pressed powder. So if you are not a liquid type of woman, then you can grab the powder. Okay, let's blend this down. Okay, so we've got our base face on. Now I went and looked at Meghan's pictures and I noticed that she tends to kind of go for a brown, almost smoky eye, but a very natural daytime brown smoky type of eye. So what I did today for this look is I grabbed a kind of medium taupey brown eyeshadow. Let me find where I put it. And we're going to actually use this eyeshadow to do my eyes and do my eyebrows. All right. Well, actually, no, we're not going to use it for eyebrows. I forgot we're going to use a pencil that I have for eyebrows. Let me find where I put it. Okay. So we're actually going to use this right here to line my eyes a little bit and also do my eyebrows. This is our Precision eyeliner pencil in the color Prim, P-R-I-M. So it's a very light brown. Need a mirror. Okay, we're just going to line a little bit up here on the top just to give a little definition and fill in at the bottom of the lashes. We're not going to do it at the bottom, okay? And I'm just going to go under my eye here.
What happened? What's downloading?
Yeah, I lost you for a second. I thought maybe a phone call was coming in. Okay, so just a little bit right there at the base of the lashes. So this right here is called Faithful. This is our Splurge Cream Shadow. It's called Faithful. So it is very creamy. It goes on as a cream, gives you time to blend it and work with it and all that kind of stuff. And then it dries to a powder. So I absolutely love this. What's great about this too is you could use your finger. So I'm going to use my finger. I am going to put a little bit of our eye primer on. You actually don't need the eye primer necessarily when you're using our cream shadow because it does have primer built into it. But I just like the extra grab and tackiness when I do put the eye primer on. It also adds to allowing the shadow when you apply it to your eyes to look true to color too. So I'm just going to take my index finger here. I'm just going to kind of rub it into this. Just kind of rubbing it and letting it warm to my finger. And then I'm just going to kind of dab. Dab a little bit right there in the middle. And do the other side. And then once I've kind of dabbed evenly there, I'm just going to start kind of spreading it. Just like that. So from the middle towards the outer. And like I said, this goes on creamy. It does give you time to work with it, but it does dry to a powder. So you do want to kind of, so now I'm going to take my finger that's clean and I'm just going to kind of lightly go around and blend in the edges. Okay, you see how that's blending that down? See the difference between these two? Okay. Now, if you wanted to use brushes to apply these, what I would recommend to apply it is make sure you get a very dense, then synthetic brush. So with Unique, that would be our cream shadow brush. Do you see how dense these bristles are? That way it grabs the product and it applies it. And I'd apply it in like a dabbing motion. And then once you've spread that to how you want to spread it, and it starts to kind of dry to a powder, I would start blending it out and diffusing it with our blending brush. So then you would want a natural hair brush to do that. Okay. So cream shadow to apply and then blending brush to blend it out. All right. So that's all I'm going to do for the eye. She had a very simple eye. Kept it very simple, wasn't over the top. So just kind of a light taupey brown, okay? So this was the color Faithful in our Splurge Cream Shadow. Now I'm going to take the Prim eyeliner and I'm going to use it to do my brows. Now obviously this is very, very light, but she had brows that were defined, yet they still looked extremely natural. They weren't really dark. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fill in any areas that are kind of sparse and gappy, just to give them an even appearance and it looks like they're filled in. So that is all I'm doing. So I'm just going to kind of start right here where I can see there were some bare spots, and you see that? I'm just filling that right in using short strokes. So literally just filling in where I have hair already, not necessarily trying to create a shape, not trying to really define it, not trying to make them larger, just filling in to make them look nice and full, okay? So do you see the difference here? You see how this is very gappy and now this one is filled in. That's all we're doing, keeping it nice and simple. And again, the name of this eyeliner right here is called Prim, okay? It's a very light, kind of like cafe brown. I'm not sure what officially we call it, okay? So there we go. That is all I've done there with. So we've done cream eyeshadow in Faithful. We've done Prim eyeliner. I put a little bit at the base of my lashes just to kind of fill them in. And we use liquid foundation, of course, primer, all right? So now we're going to do a light, natural, glowy dusting of blush here on my cheeks, okay? And to do that, we actually have a wonderful blush right now. It's a limited edition blush. It's called our Moonstruck Powder Blush. And excuse how it looks, because it got torn up, so it does not look like this when you arrive it. When it arrives to you, it looks very smooth and even. Mine just looks like this because it was messed with. It completely broke. Pigment fell all over my cosmetic drawer. So I put all the little powder back in here, and I sprayed some rose water to make it solid again, okay? But it still works, so we're still going to use it. So this right here is a very light pink color called Supported. And this is a blush and luminizer combination. So it's going to be very light, and it's also going to bring light to my face. So Supported. Okay. So I want to grab a blush brush. So I'm going to grab my blush brush, and I'm going to make sure I only dab a little bit. I'm going to start with only a little bit, okay? A very little bit, because we want to layer only if we need more, okay? So very tiny. And I'm just going to kind of come back here, adding that nice wedding day happy glow right back there to my cheekbones. Okay, do you see how that's bringing light to my face here, that luminizer in there? All right, let's do the other side. Love this brush. So blush. So we have this in two colors right now. We have a brighter pink called Spirited, and then this one is Supported. Really pretty. It's limited edition though, so if you're interested, go check it out. All right, so we have two things left to really finish off this look: the lip and of course the mascara. I'm going to save the mascara until very last, because I want to show you the one thing that really stood out to Meghan was her eyes. To me, of Meghan, were her eyes. I'm not sure if they put extensions on her lashes, or if those were her natural lashes, or maybe she was wearing our mascara. Who knows? But I'm going to show you how to get gorgeous, long, defined lashes without using lash extensions, okay? So before we get to that, let's do the lips. Meghan wore a very natural pink lip. Was not glossy. It looked very natural. It's rumored that perhaps it was a tinted lip balm. So you absolutely could use a tinted lip balm. We have tinted lip balms. However, today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a lip liner. Because this is her wedding day, she's wanting a lip color that's going to last all day long, and it's not going to wear off, and that she can kiss her new husband. It's not going to wear off. So I'm going to use a lip liner because that's going to last all day. It's also going to give us a matte finish. Now we have three nude colors. We have one that would be very peachy pink. I'm actually going to use one that's kind of more of a mid-tone pink nude, okay? So this can be a little bit darker than the pink she had, not as pink as hers, but what you would want to do is you would kind of want to go maybe one shade, within one shade of your natural lip color, whichever way you want to bring. If you want to bring out more of a peach color, then look for a peachy one. A pink color, look for a pink one. So this is probably about 2 or 3 shades darker than my lips, but we're going to use this, okay? So this color right here is called Pouty. This would look great on medium skin tones, darker skin tones too. So I'm just gonna, I forgot. Before we begin, I actually want to exfoliate my lips. So I'm just gonna use our lip exfoliator. This is just a simple sugar scrub. And that's just going to exfoliate any dry areas on my lips. And if any gets in your mouth, it tastes amazing. Tastes like a sugar cookie. Alright, so where did I put it? There it is. Alright, so again, this is the color Pouty. I'm going to start by lining my lips. Not overlining, not underlining, just going right there. And make sure you pull it taut, okay? just like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to kind of lightly fill in. Okay. And again, you see that this is a little bit darker. She had more of a pink color to her lips, but this is a nude that looks very, very natural, but it has a slight color to it and a slight sheen to it. But it will dry to a matte finish. If you wanted a little bit of moisture and reflection, you could add a clear balm or a tinted balm on top. If you did want gloss, you could add a little gloss on top of this too, okay? Alright, so now let's get to these lashes and finish this off. What I'm going to use is our 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. And let me figure out where it has walked off to. Okay, so our 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, it comes with 2 tubes. You have your gel transplant mascaras, so your gel mascara, and then you have your 100% natural fibers. So it's a 3-step process. You apply the gel, and while it's still wet, you apply the fibers. You let that set for a little bit, make sure it dries and it adheres, and then you apply the gel again to seal it in. And I'm going to show you a little trick with this to really get the lashes nice and stretched and long, okay? So it's a trick that I would only do on a special occasion, not that I would do every day unless I just wanted to. And it's not something you absolutely have to do. It's just something I've kind of figured out, okay? So when I do it, I don't want to scare you and be like, whoa, what are you doing? All right? It's just kind of special occasion type thing. And since it's wedding, we're doing special occasion, right? All right, so you want to start with your transplanting gel, which is just a mascara. I'm just gonna run that through my lashes. What I love about this is it separates those lashes really well. Now I'm just going to complete one eye so you can see the difference, okay? So just making sure I coat those lashes really nicely with that first time coming in. I dipped in again, that way I can do 2 layers and make sure they're nice and prepped for the fibers. You can put a little bit on the back too if you really want to get those fibers. All right. And I saved my bottom lashes, if I'm going to do those, till the very end. So while that is still wet, I may go ahead and put that back in, seal it up really nicely so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to grab my fibers, okay? Now do you see? These are fibers. You're going to take and make sure you compact all those fibers down on the back of your hand. So I'm going to roll this on the back of my hand, make sure those are nice and compacted. And then we're going to just run it right here, mid-lash to tip. And this transplanting gel is attracting those fibers and grabbing them. And if you ran stuff on the back, then you can run it on the back here. And don't worry about any loose fibers that are getting onto my eyes back there. We're going to get those off. If any loose fibers fall down here, that's fine. They're going to come right off. We're just running them along these lashes right here so the transplanting gel can grab. And you do want to make sure you only do mid-lash to tip, okay? We don't want to go down at the base and push, and then fibers could fall into your eyes. It's just mid-lash to tip, okay? Because this adds length by adhering to the lashes, and then what happens is the fibers, they stretch. But I'm going to show you a trick to make them stretch even more. So this is my trick, okay? What I would do if I'm not doing my trick is I would go over to the other eye now, put on the transplanting gel, and then put on the fibers, allowing this one to dry and let that work, okay? And then I would come back and I would seal this up with the transplanting gel. But we are doing Meghan inspired wedding day makeup, and I want these lashes to be extra pumped. So I'm gonna do a funny trick. It involves a hair dryer. So we're gonna take this hair dryer, we're gonna put it on medium cool heat to start, okay? I'm going to close my eyes. I want you to watch what happens. Do you see those stretching? Do you see the fibers stretching? Do you see it elongating? Keep watching. All right, so what has happened is that very low heat, that very low warm heat, and then the cool heat to set it and cool it down has stretched those fibers even more than if I just let them dry naturally. It stretched those fibers at the end of my lashes, and they are even longer, okay? So now, because I've used the dryer, I've allowed those to dry. I'm going to go in with my transplanting gel, and we're going to seal these fibers in, okay? So just going back through the lashes like you do a mascara and letting those fibers be sealed in. If you are doing these 3 steps, you're going to have absolutely no issues with these fibers. They're going to last all day. You're not going to have any fallout. It's just going to be long, gorgeous looking lashes. And you can trick everybody. They'll think you have extensions when you don't. There we go. There we go. Okay, turn that off. So what do I do for my bottom lashes is I just run this through the transplanting gel mascara. And sorry, had a phone call. Use the color Faithful, which is a taupe brown, to do this. Okay, for brows, I would recommend just using a gel, a brow gel, or just a very light liner just to fill in any gaps. If your brows are absolutely beautiful and full and perfect how they are, then you could skip that. You could just use a clear brow gel just to kind of settle them and keep the hairs moving in one direction. If you have very clear skin and you don't want to wear a foundation, you could always do a very simple BB cream, which is just a tinted moisturizer to add a dewy glow, or you could use like a loose mineral powder, both that Unique sells, okay? Again, these are the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. This gives you extreme length to your lashes. We also have Epic Mascara, which gives you volume, length, and curl. So that's an option too. For your face, I would stick with a bronzer or a blush that's not too bold, something that's very close to your skin tone. Find a blush that, if you were to pinch your cheek, would be the color of that natural blush to your face. Find a bronzer that's only a couple shades darker, just to add a nice natural glow. For lips, go with something that's within 1 shade of your natural lip color. Try to avoid sparkle. Try to avoid a lot of shine and gloss. Go with something that's kind of satiny. So it will give you either a matte or kind of a satin, but nothing too glossy. So you could do a lip balm, a tinted lip balm. You could do lip liner like I did today. So we use the color Pouty. We also have 2 other nude colors that would look absolutely gorgeous too. Again, the blush that I use is the Moonstruck Powder Blush, and this is the color Supported. It's a blush and highlighter in one, so it's also going to highlight. I primed my face with the Touch Glorious primer. I did add some of this Moonstruck eye primer to my eyes, though you could skip that if using the cream shadow. If using a pigment shadow, I would absolutely recommend that you use an eye primer. Have we covered everything? So this is just a natural, everyday, gorgeous look. If you wanted to add a little bit of glow to your skin after you used a powder, our Behold Setting Spray will do that. So let me show you. So shake this up. It has a very light kind of green tea scent. Hold it about 6 inches away, and I just do an X. So as that dries, that's going to kind of give me a dewy glow to my face, all right? So if you want to have that dewy glow, you can always finish with the Behold Setting Spray. Oh, I forgot. I said I was going to finish with the Behold Setting Powder. Well, I used the spray today. So the 3 foundation products you can get in my trio that I use today are primer, liquid foundation, and then the setting spray. Okay. If you have questions about my face bundle, it's 30% off, free shipping right now. You can message me or comment and let me know. If you have questions about any of these other products, if you need recommendations for any products to help achieve a naturally gorgeous no makeup look, I'm happy to help you with that. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I would love if you would put #replay if you caught the replay and you did not catch the live. Share this video for any of your friends who may be interested as well. And have an amazing day and amazing week. Bye bye everyone.